6:16 a.m., May 8th, 2025. Good morning, Washington, D.C. Renters Court. You're going to have me poisoned almost to death and then show up in your kangaroo court terrace cell so I can film the next one? How far are you going to take it today? How's your HIS medical record system today? DC court judges and lawyers, jurisprudence of the Capitol. How's your law enforcement? Why don't you bring somebody by to tell me all about it? We'll do more Instagram videos from an historic terrace cell. You can tell me that I imagined it all. I'll film you. We'll have another nonsensical dialogue on video again. That's all that you're capable of. Do you know that you went to 7 years of college jurisprudence of DC to become this moronic? You handed your entire career and your IQs, you handed it over to the Saudi Arabian government. I said to myself this morning, jurisprudence of the Capitol, I said to myself, I have no self-esteem left. These people have destroyed me. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. I wear rags soaked in biological and chemical weapons. I'm in the worst shape. I wake up to biological and chemical weapons. I race back and forth to biological and chemical weapons poisoning. I just can't get away from this poison. I smell dead bodies. I have no self-esteem, but I still have my self-respect. And I just wouldn't, and I never have sold my body and sucked every cock with every Tom, Dick, and Harry who pulled his pants down. I just had that self-respect. Always had that. Then I said, women who do that, they're mentally ill. Maybe some of them make mistakes. Hopefully they have the sense to get out of it. They realize I made a mistake, let me move on. I don't see that. I don't see that with the West. They stand in their mistake and they say they're perfectly fine and they're justified. And then they tell all the other girls to do it too. Go stand in a window in Amsterdam. This is not a mistake. Let every Tom, Dick, and Harry walk by. Every freak on the street pull his pants down and you're gonna suck his cock, and that's not a mistake. Jurisprudence of the Capitol. How is your HIS program today? Bring somebody to the door. Let's have a nonsensical dialogue on video again as you're all standing in the terrace compound that is historic. I'm waiting for you. I am to report on the time I stated in this intro. I woke up at 5:30. It was done by 6. What time is it? Let me look. By 6:12 a.m. By 6:12 a.m., I had my first direct contact with what I believe is a biological weapon because of what it does to me when I'm race to the bathroom before. It's everywhere. All over my fucking legs, my behind, my floor, my toilet. A trail of this water substance from a very highly toxic chemical weapon that was just fucking used again. Out of nowhere. After being up a considerable amount of time and feeling just fine, but that isn't really the case. Because that bioweapon had been used all night. I know because when I wake up in the morning, and we'll talk about it, we'll just talk about it later, but it wasn't directly shot at me. So by 6:12 a.m., I had my first round of lethal fucking poisoning again. You tell your HIS, Records Hospital HIS, to come on and get me. I'm imagining everything. Okay, so I'm imagining 1507 and the direct and obvious and violent warfare they project into this house. I'm imagining every last thing that I can't even report on the public internet. I'm imagining all that happening over there. And so I'm imagining your motherfuckers coming out about 9:30 last night having a fucking party in the backyard. Yeah? And I'm imagining all the fucking helicopter response that brings. Yeah? And I'm imagining the bright blue minivan at the Fed Pentagon house that had a party in their backyard on their way out. Made a big show of themselves. Yeah? I'm imagining that. Yes or no?